I just wanted to ask you a question, Brian.
Yeah.
Conference weekend is coming up. Obviously, the 15 are in here today. You've got a lot of ideas. I've gotten to know you over a little over 4 years now. What is one thing you could honestly say they could do by next April that would make the world a safer place? Just one, even tiny thing. What policy would you go?
Well, we did have 5 days of conversations, so there really would be 5 different answers for those 5 days. But for me, the number one contributor to my son's end-of-life decision was abuse. That was clearly abuse. And truthfully, I can narrow it down to just one request to do this weekend. Just one. Out of all these requests, I have a lot of ideas. Just one. I can only give you one today. President Nelson and the 12 is to make the use of the word faggot a serious offense. That's the number one request I would have, because I went and did a lot of research on the topic for years. I read every teen suicide story I could read, and I found that word was a major contributor. It's a major suicide trigger and all kinds of teen suicides. It's a horrible word. And a slightly smaller companion to those two words, that word is 2 words, slut and hoe. Very damaging to the females when you're calling them that. This should be as serious as breaking the law of chastity or of the word of wisdom. It needs to be in the same category. Calling a child faggot, it's that serious. I can't stress it. So that's the one thing for today I want done right now. That would be it. But there's a whole lot of policy. It's a lot more policy talk. It would be a long conversation to work through all the little details. But that's the one point. Make it a serious matter to call a child a faggot and make it culturally unacceptable. That one change will save lives. I promise. It would have saved my son's life. He was called faggot every day for 4 months, almost every day, very often. And then the night before he died, he was called faggot 80 times. So, and nobody addressed that. So I know how powerful that word is, and I've suffered so dearly because of that word being acceptable. I know another youth, he was kicked and called faggot at church. People come and talk to me, and they'll tell me things that they won't tell them. Kicked and called faggot, and he said he wanted to go home and kill himself. Very common story. So that one word, we want to do something this weekend. Tell the church it's a serious matter to call a child faggot. But anyways, thanks for the question, Curtis. That was an excellent question.
So, and also, Katie, as a representative of Protect Every Child, in your opinion, same question. What is one change that could start today, be really implemented in this building tomorrow, and policy by April? Same thing again.
Well, part of my healing from the trauma I experienced was working with mental health professionals. And I did get a lot of that mental health care from the church through LDS Family Services. I was part of AMAC, which is Adults Molested as Children. But I also got counseling from secular sources, which was also beneficial to me because they didn't have to do their job and defend the church. So I think that it should be allowed and not be shamed that survivors and victims go to the practitioner of their choice, and that as much freedom be given to mental health practitioners to do their job as possible, that they might stay within the scope of their practice. Perhaps having mental health professionals as part of the primary board, the Young Men and Young Women's Board, having mental health professionals working with Kurt and McConkey, and maybe even hiring some victim advocates, lawyers, to assist the church in judging the situations so that they do it right. I don't think that the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is unique in this problem. Obviously, the Jehovah's Witness have it, Southern Baptist Church has it, and everybody's trying to figure out how to do everything, how to, protect the leaders, protect the institution, protect the, membership's faith in the church, but try and prioritize the children. This is corny, and I'm corny, but I like music, and the song in my head comes from Lex Azevedo's A Field So White. He was talking about, it goes, I once saw a statue of Jesus without any arms. I said to myself, what a crime, how can this be? The answer was cut in the marble at his feet for all to see. It said, he has no hands but yours. So please, do that for the kids.
Yep. Thank you, Katie. No, Katie's right. Some of these problems aren't unique to the Latter-day Saint Church. They're just not. It happens in a lot of churches. Exactly the same problems. They're all listening to the same attorney, sadly. But this is where you have an opportunity to be the light and to show the way that a church can be healthy. Church membership in all churches is going down because a lot of these things are going on, and now we have the internet age, and people aren't going to put up with this next generation, I promise, not going to put up with some of the things that were put up with in the past. I'm hoping that you'll be aware of that. The church can bring righteousness to a lot of families, but if people aren't coming to it because they don't feel safe, that beauty of that righteousness is going to be lost. Where's that righteousness going to go if people don't feel safe to come and participate? And not just this church, but other churches. You can do better. And that's why we're here. But anyways, tomorrow we're done here, done with a 5-day fast. But we are going to be protesting tomorrow to try to make more people aware to keep their children safe. I'm going to do everything I can to keep the Latter-day Saint community safe. And I'm limited. It's just me. No special calling or authority. But I do have God's blessing behind me. I have that. And I have the truth behind me. So we're going to be on the corner of the conference center in the morning to greet my people of my heritage, people of my upbringing and my religion that I grew up in, to try to protect their children with a sign. And we're going to try to make them aware with signs and conversation tomorrow. So that's going to be one more thing to do, but it's not going to be here. So anyways, with that, I think we're done for today. And you got something else to say?
And I have something else to say. It has been tense at times between us sitting here and, we're right in the middle of the center, the heart of church. And I want to say thank you that there was respect. And that is the first step to any kind of uniting of minds and understanding. And I wanted to say thank you from all of us and Protect Every Child and Samian for that.
Thank you, Katie. All right, I think we're all done for today. We appreciate y'all coming and hearing us, and our prayers will be with you, and I think we're done for today. Thank you for being the cameraman, Curtis, and
No problem.
We'll see you later.